What's up, everybody? This is the Jedi. Um, I'm only here because I said I would be. Nothing makes me more defeated in life than not being able to keep my word. It's everything to me. Um, it's my greatest currency, and I'm so tired. I got absolutely no sleep last night, none at all. I mean, like none at all. I don't want you to think like, oh, but, maybe he just kind of cat. I got no sleep at all last night. In fact, even Akibala and Violet, um, either she texted me or I texted her or something, and I was like, what are you doing up this late, young lady? You know, it was morning, and and then I texted something to Shiro. This was late. I got no sleep, and of course, my day didn't go the way that I thought it was going to go. And it seems like whenever I say on here, if I make intention on here, it never works out that way. That's why I really don't like to announce when I'm going to be live, so that if I'm not, then at least nobody was checking for me. Um, but I put out a whole video yesterday proclaiming my intention to be live today. Also, I didn't know the time changed either, you know. And it looks like I'm having some technical problems on my end, with my streaming software. I think we're back. I don't know if we left. Anyway, I'm very tired, but damn it, I'm here because I said I would be, and because some of you will be here. I need to be on this stream. How do I do that? Okay, this is the stream I'm on right now, or no? Let me see who's here. Cheryl Bryant, good to see you, Queen. I don't think I've seen you the last couple streams, I think. I'm so glad to see you. Sweet D, shout out to you. I don't have my magnifying glass, damn it. Mello, a shout out to you. Corindo, yes, and Corindo, damn it. I need you to call me. I need you to call me because I'm all turned around now. And I think the last time that we spoke, I I know that I put the number in my phone or identified it some kind of way, but I'm just not feeling confident. So I'd love for you to call me. Just whatever your convenience is will be fine for me. I'll make way for you. Just so that I'm on track. Black Beauty always, shout out to you, Queen. I'm so glad to see you here this evening. Yes, do thumbs up, everybody. I'm making a sacrifice, and so just respect my presence and just thumbs up, and it doesn't cost you anything. Kiara, Irvin, shout out to you, Queen. I'm always glad to see you. And thank you. Grant, I'm gonna have to get my magnifying glass. Grant, I'm just gonna say Grant, shout out to you because I can't see your last name. Light Bearer, I'm so pleased and honored to have you here. Shout out to you, Queen. And I'll come back and read uh, any comments in just a moment, everybody. First, let me grab my magnifying glass because this will just be torture. I was up the steps to nowhere, a room forever I remember. She said as though I should have known it. Tell me what's your pain or pleasure? Torture. I also need you to know that it is hot in California. It's hot and cold, actually. Um, the nights are not really cooling off as quickly as one would like now. And I'm always in this place of I've told you guys this a million times over the years because it's something I want you to do. Um, when it's cold, find days not to run your heat. When it's hot, find days not to run your air. You have to be in the space of those who don't have, everybody. Otherwise, you can't fully grow spiritually. You can't. Because humility is close to the divine. Our Maker does not want us to be arrogant and ungrateful. And if you don't appreciate the little things, you don't get the big things, everybody. That's the law of the universe. It's the law of the universe. Anyway, so it's very hot. And I really don't even feel like being in clothes. I hate that I have to be dressed right now. I need you to also know that today is Thursday, and Muslims usually fast on Mondays and Thursdays. And while I did not make niyyah to fast today because I was so off on the day and the time and where am I and who am I didn't make an intention to fast, but I have not eaten. And I need you to also know that the holy month of Ramadan begins next month on it's going to be the second or the third. Remember, it all uh, goes according to the new moon sighting. Um, and so the holy month is upon us again, and each year I've challenged, invited any of you to try at least one day of fasting so that you know what it really is. For Muslims, it is a total abstinence from anything. Nothing crosses your palate from sunup to sundown. You have to have what is known as suhoor before the first prayer, which is fajr, which is before the first ray of sun is hitting the earth. So now you have to get up earlier than fajr to have suhoor. You cannot eat after fajr. So you must eat before fajr. And then you make the fajr prayer, and now you are fasting until maghrib, which is in the evening when the sun is just setting. And then we break the fast and have what is known as iftar. It is good for your character, everybody. It's good for your health. It's good for your discipline, your mental well-being. The body can really repair itself when you don't eat, when you're not cramming a bunch of stuff. And sadly for me, before I knew I was even on earth, the only time my grandmother really had to get after me is because I didn't eat. I just don't have. I'm an excellent cook. I just don't have a relationship with food in the way that is for most people, But even the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam ate very little, you know. So I'm in good company, and I just kind of know when I need to eat, and if I don't, if I don't feel like it, then I just don't, and I'm used to fasting on top of that. So, but without going too far astray, I just want to say that the holy month begins next month, and obviously I will talk more about it then. I'm gonna try to get as much work out in these next days of this month. So you probably see a little bit more of me than you probably otherwise would. Um, and you'll see me during the holy month, but that will just be discretionary and depending on my energy level and things like that, because the holy month is very demanding. Um, I also forgot to mention for those of you who are new and you've never heard me speak about this. Also, if you are married, you cannot go to your wife while you're fasting. You can go to her in the evening. That's fine. But there's no let's get a quickie in the afternoon and and all of that. There was something else I was going to tell you. Um, and oh, everybody thinks that the holy month of Ramadan is just for fasting. It's not just for fasting. It's actually known as the month of the Quran, because over the 23 years of the revelation of the Quran, it came down in parts from the angel to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and it was always in the month of Ramadan. And indeed, every scripture, hear this, every scripture that has been sent to mankind has always been sent down during the month of Ramadan. That's what you need to know. Muslims are not on the Christian calendar. We're on the lunar calendar, like the Jew. And I think somebody else is on the lunar calendar as well. But certainly the Jew and the Muslim are on the lunar calendar. And I'll talk more about that in the holy month. Why I'm coming today is because I had several bullets that are really, damn it. That's why I'm ready. I knew this would happen. I knew it would happen. Um, because the things that I want to discuss uh, are all shifting and moving. And I don't mean to be the bringer of foreboding news, everybody, but you know, nonsense gets all the volume and all the exposure, but righteousness and value trickles out, you know. I guess it's like the old saying, you know, anything of great value is not just out in the open, you know. You kind of have to dig for that. But I need my people to understand the hour is dire. It is dire. I need you to know that. And I can prove that. It's not just my own feeling and my own observations. This is also backed up by prophecy. You know, as Muslims, we are privy to information of the end times that can be known by everybody. But if you're not Muslim, then you're obviously not studying the word of the divine, and so you won't know these things. But everything is off. I wouldn't even be surprised if there's a nuclear strike, you know. I'm not being hyperbolic. I really kind of mean that. Because white people are really showing the level of insanity that they exist at and have always existed at. It's just that in the information age now, and with technology being what it is, you can know it and see it more available and in real time and more succinctly. You don't have to wait for stuff to trickle out. You can see 50 things in an hour in one day that they've done to ruin humanity and ruin the earth, you know. And so it is important. I always try to stress to anyone who knows me, that's why it's so important that you understand you have to be over this life. This is not the life. This is not the one. This ain't it. This is not the show. It's the one after this. Do you understand? And whether you believe that or not is insignificant, because it's just going to be. It just will. However, it is better for you if you do find belief so that you can prepare yourself. You know, as we get older, you realize there's more road behind you than there is in front of you, you know. And Allah says to mankind that you should live each day as if you will live forever, but you should also live each day as if it is your last. And that doesn't mean you party it up. And it's saying being in that state of preparedness, you know. There's a passage in the Quran that tells us to die not except in the state of Islam, in a state of submission to God, you know. So the Christian gets on an airplane and they're having cocktails. The Muslim is not. Do you want your soul to go to your maker and you just thrown back alcohol? You know, that's just one example. But the hour is dire, everybody, because one of the many prophecies of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you know, I just saw where this NCAA swim championship or competition, there's a brouhaha, a scandal, a dust up, because of these white ass men who are trying to usurp and steal the shine of women, biological women, Allah creates male and female. And he tells us this in clear language in the Quran. Not like it could kind of be, he says it in actual language, that he creates male and female. There is nothing else. That's it. But the Prophet ﷺ on many occasions was asked of the signs of the hour. And the hour is not an earthly hour, obviously. It could be our lifetime. It could be since I was born, since you were born. But we see so many of the signs collecting now that it's hard to not believe, or at least not let yourself go to a place of this is the hour. Because one of the many signs of the end is the Prophet said that the sons of Bedouins, who were the poor people in Arabia, Northeast Africa, the poorest, no one would ever believe that their future would have any wealth to it. And we see the Emirates, we see Dubai, we see Mecca, we see these places. None of this existed at the time of the Prophet ﷺ. He said the sons of Bedouins will build buildings taller than the mountains. Well, there was already the Burj Khalifa. And then now there's this other building that is taller than the mountains, precisely as the Prophet has foretold. He also said that the people will be dressed yet naked. This is before fashion houses and designers, and now I just saw, you see it all the time, these women in these cat suits, men are wearing pants so tight you could see their form. I just saw a clip of Lizzo on the James Corden show, and I almost wept for her because I just kept saying out loud, something's wrong there. Something's wrong there. How is a woman as talented as she is, gifted? And I think she has one of the best smiles I've seen on earth. I've seen a lot of smiles in my day. There's a lot of people with great smiles. But there's something really particular about her smile. When she smiles, I smile. And I love the way that Allah has made her front teeth. She just sort of has this sort of rabbit smile and these dimples. She's beautiful. But there she was in this, I think they call it lycra. I'm calling it plastic. It was like Carolina blue. And it was just so revealing. I could see that she hasn't any belly button. That's how revealing this dress was. And it was a total catastrophe. And I just thought, you have money. You could hire someone to put you on some regimen to bring you down to a size that is normal and natural and healthy and more attractive for you, not for me, for you. You could have gastric bypass. You could do something. And contrasting, right next to her was sitting Gabrielle Union, who was a twig, but there she was in all black. So I've been on television. I know what television does. So as thin as Gabrielle looks there, she's thinner. Or she's thinner than that. And she's in black. So she looks like a dot next to big ass Lizzo sitting there. They will be dressed yet naked. This is one of the many signs of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He also said that men will be as women and women will be as men. We see this now, everybody. I could go on and on and on. And maybe, and I've done videos on this channel about prophecies of Islam. And maybe I need to do a refresher or another one so that you can feel the gravity of the time in which we exist. The hour is dire, and my greatest pain is, will I make my mark? Will I fulfill the mission that I know I was sent to earth for? Will I? Will I? I used this thumbnail of these sisters because you are being seduced and used for your own demise. There they are. Excuse me. There they are. And I don't know if Shiro's here, but you were in my mind because I got a text saying, please do this judge. Well, I actually had a prepared piece before I knew about this. What did I do with it? There's a C-SPAN piece. I'm going to see if I can find my video, where she was being questioned in these hearings. And she's being asked, can you define the word woman? And I just thought, this is a joke, right? But what was worse is it was a woman asking her, a white bitch. Because in my mind, there are no white women, there are only white bitches. That's how I identify. So there was a white bitch, and of course there was a black woman. These are the two people that were having the exchange, and I just thought, why is there a need for this exchange? Both of these are females. Why is this question being posed? But worse, this judge, this laureate of law, this esteemed nominee, did not have an answer. Testifying to the handicap that she has by being married to the enemy of our people. Because if she were really an African woman, she would say, I am the definition of woman. Me, I am. I am. I am the first woman. I am Eve. I am Miriam, the mother of Isa alayhi salam. I am Cleopatra. I'm Aphrodite. You keep naming. But she was stumped. This is a lawyer, a judge, being nominated for the Supreme Court, knows it all, is a female, had no answer for this. And I just sat. I didn't know what to think or say. But it was just another thing on this sandwich of confusion and fantasy and poison, this seduction. Humanity is being destroyed in front of us. And if you don't have a strong constitution, you're going down. That's why I always tell you, you have to be the captain of your vessel, and you got to stand at your gate. Do not be swayed. Follow righteousness and truth. That's first of all. That's your responsibility. And you stand on that. Because if you don't, the hour is dire for you. You must understand. I'm a little emotional, you guys, I think, because I'm tired. But you must stand on that. That is the safe hold. The seatbelt, the railing, the rod, the net. It is truth and righteousness. Your responsibility, your first allegiance should be to that. Because that is next to God. Do you understand? I don't know why I'm so emotional. But what I'm saying to you is a bequeathing, my people. You must do this. You must. You must. You must. You must. I exist for two reasons. I want the best for us in this life, but I want us to be heirs to paradise after this existence. And I don't want you to allow this demon to snatch your eligibility for the afterlife, which is forever. There is no end. It is forever. Even in your scripture in Revelations, a new heaven and a new earth. And neither shall there be dying, nor pain, nor death anymore, for these things will have passed away, etc., etc. You have to know the hour we're in, everybody. Everything is going to hell. We saw last year, I think it was, 2 Ethiopian airlines, these Dreamliners, went down, killing everybody on board. Well, hocus pocus, hocus pocus, now a Chinese airline just went nosedive into the ground, same aircraft. Because money is the god of this world, of this country. Let's not say world, because I've always been consistent to tell you, this don't represent the world. This is the asshole of the devil. This is the throne of evil, the headquarters of hate, the headquarters of unrighteousness and rebellion to all that is godly. All of it. This is not the spot. You should not feel any sense of gratitude that you were born on this soil or that you live here. You got the short end of the stick. You need to know that. This is not the spot. It is not the spot. And I maintain until my last breath that as long as white people exist, if you're not willing to kill and die, it will be hell for you on earth, as it is. I saw Godfrey on the Breakfast Club, and he said my words. Thank God he sang the right thing, because I'm not on the Breakfast Club. But he was saying, you know, all of history. He said they got it wrong with this critical race theory. Their branding is wrong. I say that too. And I've said that you should teach your children that that's the devil before they even can say their ABCs. You don't need them to teach that at school. They need to go to school knowing who the enemy of humanity is, but more importantly, the enemy of their people and them as an individual. But he said that all of history, real American history, is just white people shitting on black people. That's the truth of it. They will not change. They don't have the capacity to change. They don't have a propensity for righteousness, truth, holiness. Kai sent me something very beautiful in our exchange today. I'll shorthand it for you. I'll be out of context, but just what his words are what I need you to understand. Because we know this, but you can never hear the truth too many times. Don't ever get sick of the truth, everybody. Don't seek it. Be in love with it. He said, we do stuff we feel, when we do stuff, we feel moral guilt, no matter how unhealthy, etc. We never do anything without a moral consciousness, which is both good and bad. And I said, well stated and true, and it makes me sick. Well, you know that already too. I don't know what. I don't have the answer of, and I speak to God all the time. And this is an answer that I've not been given. Why do they exist? How are they allowed to exist? When will you destroy them? Will we finally have peace and have our day in the sun to just be your creatures without the distraction, the noise, to submit and serve you, to glorify your throne? Nobody has time because you're in a rat race, literally and figuratively. You don't have time to have a true and proper relationship with the one who created us all. And those of us who try, we have to try real hard. And especially in this asshole of the devil. So I digress. This Katanji, I don't know if that's even her real name. I'd like to see her birth certificate, because it's all just too convenient. And there she was at the hearings saying her parents had come through, discrimination and Jim Crow. And I never understand how that can happen. And then you run right out and marry the very oppressor of your people. I don't understand that. And I feel like I have a very good sense of understanding, or at least empathy, or being able to place myself and at least glean something and go, okay, I could understand it. I get it. I see that, whatever. I don't see this. I don't understand it. I don't need to. And for me, that's the same as your mother was raped or was molested as a child, and you come to fruition and marry the man who raped and molested your mother. There is no difference. There is no difference. There's no difference. This is that. And the sympathy card is being played. There was Cory Booker. I thought he was going to nut on himself. He may have. Reaping all this glory upon her. I was embarrassed as a man. And I felt cringy watching him, who I also don't believe to be an African, because I've said this before, I'm very consistent. The bald head just doesn't work for me. You can wear that after I've seen a pubic hair or some hair that grows from your head. Something. I'm going to need proof of Africanness. I'm going to need that. I'm going to need that. He's way too positive. And anyone who ascends to position, we will not say power, who ascends to position and can get along with the enemy of our people is not my brother or my sister. There should be a contentious relationship, hostile. Then I know you're there on my behalf. But if it's all friendly, then you're not doing anything. Nothing's happening. And we're getting the short end of the stick. But he was comparing her to Harriet Tubman. And, I think she was the mother of Jesus at one point. And, she was all of it. This was a selling, do you understand? It was a selling. This is a promotional ad, just like they gave you Kamala Harris, the staging with t-shirts printed up ready to go. When she did the dramatic, the camera moved in, and that little girl was me. Very dramatic. I mean, it was right out of Hollywood. It was, and roll it. And now she's the vice president of the guy she was condemning. It's a game. It's a ruse. And she's hugged up with a white man. Who thinks this is a coincidence? Who thinks this now? Who thinks this now? Now, they are already, that's why this picture is so important. They're giving you this. First of all, I don't see a sister up there that's in shape. That's also suspect. Everybody up there is Lizzo. No shade. Just pointing out the facts. But the propaganda of it all. Because this end, notice, confirm KBJ. KGB. RGB. This is supposed to be their Ruth Bader Ginsburg. While they're fighting Russia, the KGB. A lot of acronyms going on right now. So now she's KBJ. You see. Well, don't confirm KBJ. Because KBJ is there to carry the water of the white devil. That's the only reason why she's there. All this theatrics by these Southern senators, your Lindsey Grahams, who I still think is a woman. I really mean that. I really think Lindsey Graham is a woman. I've always thought that since I ever knew who she was. I go, that's a woman. My soul tells me. But for all the Lindsey Grahams and all the other white devil racists up there with all their theatrics and like they're going so difficult and I can't confirm for you and I can't vote for you. That's all theater. That's all theater. They knew the color of her piss before she was ever nominated. This is planned. Do you understand? Going back. This didn't just happen. I always tell you, by the time they tell you something could happen, it's already done. It's done. When Kamala Harris came from California to run for the Senate seat, she was already vice president. That was already done. That was already done. It was just roll out the theatrical play for you. And this is no different. I don't want to see our women get behind this person because she's not worthy of any of our support. She's not worthy of my vote because she's already turned her back on me. I'm your counterpart. I'm your brother. You chose other than me. You've turned your back on me. And don't give me, and maybe some of the sisters can tell me how old those damn braids are in her damn hair. They're looking real ancient. This is a televised hearing being beamed across the earth, and this is how she presents. I'm over it. And there is something to be said. I did a video way back when called Dark-Skinned Black Men Who Wear Glasses. Because my life has informed me through observation that there really is something there. And I gave you shining examples in my personal life and people that are famous. There's really something about dark-skinned black men who wear glasses. It's so specific. And I mention that now because I've seen her before. I've met her spirit. I've seen her type. I know who she is. I've felt this imprint before. It's not new to me. So when she's asked, how do you define woman? This is setting up, because remember, she's married to the white devil. And the only people that we see trying to push this fiction that you can pop up and say, well, I was just assigned male at birth. No, bitch, you were created a male from a clot. Do you understand? From an alak. You weren't assigned like some, well, here we have this label, like there's stickers, you know, the ticker tape, they just, oh, here, this, you're assigned this, like it's, you know, come on. She's there to carry this because this is the wave now. Because everybody else is able to be a sympathy case. The Zionists had their moment, not in this country, for about 3.5 to 4 years, and it was over. Nothing else to see there. But they still get to remain victims. Title IX is being enjoyed, that we got hoses turned on us and dogs and jailed and killed. White bitches are enjoying Title IX. And now so are these confused ass people calling themselves trans. You don't trans anything. Because when they dig you up in 100 years, they're going to know that was a male and that was a female, because that's all that Allah creates. Period. But she's there now to open the door. And we're seeing hints of this with some of the line of questioning as it relates to gender and women's rights. And then she's suddenly stuck and she can't answer. And, I don't have that answer. But you're a judge, bitch. A judge. And you're not 21. How old is the bitch? How old is Judge Ketanji Jackson? 51. I'm over it. But your girls now are supposed to see her some benchmark, something to hold up. They're holding this sign, confirm KBJ. Well, you have Kamala Harris as your vice president. Why aren't you in the streets celebrating her? Not understanding. Why this? Because you're being sold your emotion. Everybody sitting in this damn picture didn't know who this bitch was last week and the week before. But there they are. And the sign, and you have to pay for that sign. That somebody had to make that sign, like at a place where they make flags and signs. Somebody made that confirmed KBJ sign. It didn't just appear. When 16-year-old Samia Williams first saw Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson standing next to President Biden, who hopefully croaks tomorrow, as he formally announced her nomination in February, she knew that one day she would follow in Jackson's footsteps. Really, bitch? Because you had Michelle LaVaughn Robinson Obama, for 8 years. No inspiration there. Who is a lawyer, by the way. Law degree just like this bitch. Not understanding. Only difference in her and Michelle Obama is she was appointed to the bench or elected, whichever happened, and Michelle Obama was not. She's a lawyer. She's a lawyer. She has a law degree. So, why aren't you following Michelle? Why this hooker? And there's a subliminal thing, because then how many of these young girls are going to now go and seek white men as their mates? I ask you this now. You see, the power of suggestion is something that is constant. Early on when I first discovered YouTube, before I even knew what it was, just when I would watch something on YouTube, I saw a very good, I'll call it a documentary, on subliminal advertising. I took it as a challenge because I thought, I need to see if they're going to get me. And I know what the ruse is. Let me see if something's going to get past my gate. Just to sharpen my knives a little bit, But they're very good with that. I brought you even, it's here on the channel. I brought you, and it's a lot of work because I got to sit and take pictures of my damn TV. But I brought you the audiences from The Masked Singer, and I Can See Your Voice. They never have they always have a black man next to a white bitch. Or they're going to give you a gay silhouette. I've done it. Those of you who have been with me, you've seen it, you know I've done it. These are all powers of suggestion. So that then when these young women choose some white demon, they will be regurgitating the untruth that they fell in love. No, bitch, you were programmed for this result. You were programmed for it, like a mouse chasing cheese. You've already been set up for it. This is to push now. This is a propaganda piece. This is no different than Ukraine and Russia, which is full of propaganda. I can't even follow it anymore. It's all lies. Every stitch of it. You don't know what you can believe and what you can't believe. You don't know if you believe Putin or if you... I definitely don't believe Biden's bitch ass. But they're all white people, so I don't believe any of them. And it's about white people. It's not about us. So I just know it's lies, but we could be on the short end of the stick of that. Quote, my dreams have just gotten so much bigger. It seems like overnight, Williams told CNN in an interview on Sunday. Williams is among a new generation. A new generation. They don't mean that the way you think they do. This is why the Jedi speaks. Williams is among a new generation. This is from CNN. A new generation of young black women, comma, who for the first time will come of age seeing a black woman nominated to the Supreme Court, period. As if all those 8 years of this glorious angel, statuesque model, brilliant sister, Michelle LaVaughn Robinson Obama, never happened. This is the shiny object now. It's all about Ketanji, or whatever the bitch's name is. I'm mad, I knew it. Ketanji. It's all about Ketanji now. It's all about her. And this is now the catchphrase, because America's a dumb society. So they want to give you short things. KBJ. That's it. You don't need to remember her name's Ketanji. No, KBJ. Because you're tweeting in so many characters and you're texting in characters. This is right in line with the overall brainwashing of the society. So that you need to understand the importance of that acronym. If confirmed, and by the way, as if Clarence Thomas didn't happen, and she is just the female version. Because Clarence Thomas is married to what? I'm being told a white bitch. There it is. And what are the odds in Vegas that the very next African to come along to be nominated and go through a very contentious nomination, like Clarence Thomas did, would also have a demon at her side? What are the odds of that? I'm a Muslim, I don't gamble, but I'd leave for Vegas tonight, if that's the odds. I'm over it. If confirmed, they'll know firsthand of her seat on the bench, as though it was normal for a black woman to occupy it. No. You can't have something for 5 minutes and go, it's just like I've always had it. Especially when you've been deliberately denied it for centuries. So this is propagandistic. This is, this is hyperbolic. This is hyperbole. This is drama. This is drama. As if they're celebrating these young black girls that they care so much about now. But you can't get a search party for you when you go missing, but a white bitch has got several helicopters up, and people come from all over the world, and they raise $1 million in 2 minutes, and it's all about Sarah or some shit. But now they care about you because they need to help you. They need you to help them with the propaganda and give you this artificial feeling of support, even though you don't know anything about her. None of those young girls standing up there knows anything about her record, how she has ruled on cases, what circuits has she served in? What's her record? Do you understand? What's her relationship to the police? Goddamn. On and on. They don't know any of that. They just see a allegedly black woman being possibly confirmed to the Supreme Court, and it's about visual. Well, you can't just give me the shiny object. I'm not interested. And personally, for me, I'm an all or nothing, and I've been that way since I was a child. My siblings will tell you, if one of them, because I'm the youngest, if somebody had like candy or something, and can I have some? Can I have some? And if they didn't give me the biggest piece, they said I would just fall out on the floor. It wasn't enough just to break me off a little something and shut me up. That was not good enough for the Jedi, apparently, So I didn't have the words then, but I have them now. And I don't take part of anything. I must have it all. 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 I don't do well with parts. I know that about myself. But this is how you're supposed to be responding to this. And you're supposed to be wrapped up in the romance of it all, not the dagger she's going to stick in your ass. Do you understand? Because she's not there to, because all this confirmation is about is to see, is she going to actually try to have power? Or will she be a good little slave bitch and do what she's told? That's all it's about. That's all it's about. And theater and drama. And I suggest to you, they already know she will, because look who she chose as a mate. She'll go along. She's not really here for her people. Look at her husband, Bob. Well, look at him. You see? But it is not. And to many, a black woman taking up this space has been a long time coming. For 233 years, no woman of African, I'm going to leave it at that. We don't use this American bullshit because we're not Americans. For 233 years, no woman of African descent has served on the highest court in the land. And that glaring omission of the unique and quintessentially American lived experience of the black woman is reflected in the sheer lack of black attorneys in the U.S. According to a 2021 American Bar Association, African Africans in 2021 made up only 5% of the nation's lawyers. No doubt, African women make up a share even smaller than that. What have I told you? I said, stop telling your kids, asking your kids what they want to be. You tell them what they're going to do. This is how we change the future, everybody. Every generation is letting their kids just go and jump off the cliff. Well, they don't decide what they want to know. You're going to tell them what they're going to be. That's why Nigeria alone is putting out nothing but engineers and doctors and lawyers and stuff that turns into a major coin. They're not having anything else. They stress education in the things that get you money and power. You understand? I default to Godfrey again. He was telling, I've heard him tell this story before. When his father learned that he was going to do comedy, he was like, but you will get your education first, and then you will do this. Because he's got a bachelor's in something high up. I don't remember what it is. But my point is that, and I've said to you, a law degree or business degree, and I put a law degree over a business degree. I sit with a business degree, but I put a law degree over that. Because a law degree, you can do anything. You could do anything. If you got a law degree, you're set. So let us stop wasting time and allowing our children to, every time I talk to grown or young people that are still in college, these professional people, these college as a profession, we'll call it. Oh, I'm in school. You ask me, what do you do? I'm in school. Okay, what are you doing? It's always something that does not turn into money or position or generational wealth. It means nothing. So you need to start telling your children, you're going to bring me a law degree. You're going to bring me a business degree. Nothing else will be accepted. You set the standard. You set the tone. Because those of us who are here, we know better than the ones who are not here yet. So we're going to wait for them to come here and they're going to tell us? I doubt it. We're here to receive them and say, you go do that. We know the way. Go do it. You go do it. You see? So this 5%, and I think it's the same thing with doctors even, you know. I mean, we're just not going into medicine and law, dude. We're just not doing it. We're just not doing it. You know, I thought I wanted to be a physician when I was very young. I was clear about that. I'm going to be a physician. Sophomore year of high school, I said, I doubt I'm doing that. Not doing that. I was literally walking down the quad, and I thought, you're going to have to go to school the rest of your life. That didn't fit with my picture. Because my picture was, you have to become famous so that you can talk to people all across the earth. And if you're famous, you'll have money and you can help people. That's my evil plan on earth. You see? So being stuck in a classroom was simply not going to work for me. I can't work like that. So that's when I decided I would major in business, you know. But I'm very good with law, and I wish someone had rang the bell for me and said, you know what, maybe you should pursue a law degree. You know, when you know better, you do better. But if you don't know at all, what are you going to do? Look, confirm KBJ. Who is this heifer? Ebony Cormier passes in front of Supreme Court in support of nominee Judge Jackson ahead of hearing Monday, March. I'm over it. Those low numbers help to reinforce a provable black household saying, comma, often uttered to young black girls by black women that came before them, period, that you must be twice as good in everything you do to get half of what they have. Well, again, we're saying that to our children, but you're not telling them what to do. You're not. You're not. You see, this is one of the tug of wars that I had with my sister, the mother of my nephew. Because I know the way that is best. And my nephew would be in a vastly different position now had we done what I knew we should do. But she wants to run everything just to be right, not the outcome as the goal, but just so she can be right. You see? And now he has to pay the price for that. You got to tell your kids what they're going to do, everybody. This is not a lackadaisical environment where they just do some shit that makes them happy. And they're going to have to be willing to do things they hate. Do you understand? You want something you never had, you got to do shit you never did. This is the key to success. On whatever it is you're trying to do in life, from losing weight to traveling to getting married to name anything. If you want something you never had, you must do shit you never did. This is the essential ingredient. This is the sage ingredient, I call it. The sage ingredient. This is it. It's not a mystery. Throw out everything you've ever done and do something you never did on whatever it is you're pursuing. And that will get you the result. That's it. That's it. I just gave you the key to life and success in whatever you want to do. I just gave it to you. Now, we don't be reckless. So when Ghana changes their damn entry policy to mandatory vaccine, you don't do that. You find your ass in another country. You understand? It's a blatant nod to the racism and sexism black women face in the world that lead to constant setbacks, which only break with fierce perseverance and sometimes a bit of luck. Listen, there's a song by, I think it was Aretha Franklin, and somebody, sisters, are doing it for themselves. That's the damn truth. Because something I was at the same I think it might have been the Lizzo thing that I was sharing with you a minute ago. Whatever. Anyways, it was the James Corden thing, and it was no, this was something else because it was carpool karaoke. But when they were going through the studio, through the gate at CBS Studios, there was a sister at the booth. I know that. I've been to movie studios, and it's usually a sister that's gonna be that security. You understand? If you're in a city, if you're gonna ride the bus, it's probably gonna be a sister driving that bus. It's probably gonna be that's gonna be Keisha. It's gonna be her. You understand? If you need public assistance, you go down to your local county office, it's going to be Keisha. You understand? Sisters are placed, but they're not the mold that we need them to be. And in my view, the men are not really pursuing at the same level of aggression as the women. You understand? A black woman is more likely to have some kind of employment, some kind of crib, some kind of car to drive, a little bit of credit going on. I mean, she's got some things happening, and the brother's got nothing but dusty pockets. This is the sad truth. Not to say there aren't any successful brothers. Let us not go that far. I'm just saying, you bring me a brother and a sister, and you say, which one you think got something going on? My money gonna be on that woman, because that's what I see. That's what I know. Do you understand? That's what I know. So don't fall for this propaganda, everybody. This woman is being put in place for the same reason Kamala Harris is put in place, as a Christmas tree ornament for you. The shiny object who is there to just strangle the fucking life out of the little rights that they're still willing to begrudgingly, because they have to just give them to you now. She's there to be the one to take the knife and do this. You don't know anything about her. She's not been vetted by us. This is CNN. I'm not going to do it now, but going forward, it would be healthy, and maybe this is part of your homework. You'll find black publications, real black publications, not these fancy ones. Um, you know, I don't even know if I want to say Black Voices, because I think they are Huffington Post now, or so. I don't know, but we want to know what is the black community saying, and I always tell you, not just what's being said, but who is saying it is very important, because they could have motives to write whatever, and so we don't believe them. If you're going to know something about this lady, you're going to have to do your own digging, but that's just for information purposes only. We should be over her already. She's not one of us, and her intent is not to serve us, whether she's confirmed or not. She's not there to serve African people. She's not, because in my perfect mind, she would get with these non-ass Christian Sambos that you've got up there on Capitol Hill, senators and congresspeople, men and women, allegedly black, the James Clyburns of the world. I'm over it. Just like they were conniving against Obama in a back room, saying whatever he says, we're saying no to it. Where's our caucus to connive in the middle of the night and say, girl, we're gonna confirm you. We're gonna vote for you. But the moment you do, we're gonna send a bill for reparations, and you're gonna be that vote. You understand? Why aren't we canoodling and scheming against this white devil the way they're scheming against us as I sit here and speak to you? As I sit here and speak to you. It's time for some conniving and scheming, African people. It's time for some conniving and scheming. Long overdue time for our own damn conniving and scheming. Again, you want something you never had, you gotta do shit you never did. You understand? If we're not doing any conniving and scheming, we're not gonna have anything. That's why we don't have anything. No conniving and scheming. There must be conniving and scheming. Um, uh, oh no, come on now. I don't see any of my bullets, y'all. Just to prompt me. You know, I know the universe will give me the words, but I need a prompt of what it is that I'm meant to mention. Um oh yeah. Excuse me. Shout out to Khalifa of the Most High. I just saw you right now as I looked. Shout out to you, my king. Um, and Chocolate Rhythm. Shout out to you. Miss Matthews. Good to see you, Queen. Uh, KD. Shout out to you. Not sure. I need to go. Did I get my magnifying glass? Yeah, I did. Uh, Shiro, my queen. Uh-oh, wait. I'm doing stuff by accident, y'all. Um, all right, I'll come back to these. Um, um, oh, how do I go into, I have a folder as backup. I was like, in case it don't look right. Uh, SubhanAllah. Oh, whoa, oh, open a new tab. Um, I may just read you a little bit of the quote of the vomit from Cory Booker, just so you can be sickened by it. The weekend's here, so you'll be able to just convalesce in bed until Monday because you'll be so ill you won't be able to go on. Um, I mean, we're still dealing with issues of natural hair, everybody, from this devil. You know, I mean, we just have to divest from this whole society. Like, I'm not buying into anything that I don't need to buy into. I am the captain of my fucking vessel, and I'm standing at my gate. And I don't need to acquiesce to anything that does not align with my morals and my principles, but most of all, that doesn't align with the truth and reality. I don't need to. I don't need to. And I'm just up to here with, uh, as I told you, this NCAA thing. Um, you know, whatever you're doing in life, when what you do affects me or anybody else, it's a problem. Period. And it seems to me that these people get their jollies um, off of trying to thrust themselves over onto humanity while claiming they're just trying to be who they are. Well, do your shit over there. That's fine. Go over there and do that there. That's fine. But when you begin to encroach over here, you're in dangerous waters. Very dangerous. Very dangerous. I'll just give you a little bit of the atmospherics surrounding um, this. What's the bitch's initials again? I don't remember. But because they're consistent, you see. So this is the language. Um, are we switched? Come on, man. My hotkeys are failing. You gotta be kidding me. Settings. uh, what's happening? What's happening? Am I not transmitting? Sorry, y'all. Okay, now it lit up finally. No, no. Okay. Apply. Okay, inshallah. Okay. Sorry about that scandal. Tucker Carlson argues that this, what we said that his name was, Katanji, should think like rappers. And I can't make this headline sound less awful. This is Christina Cabrera. Fox asshole and resident white devil wants to know if Supreme Court Justice nominee Ketanji Brown really represents black women because he's so concerned. Then why doesn't she think like a street rapper? After the Senate, finished its first day of questioning in Ketanji's confirmation hearing on Tuesday, the demon complained on his show that the nominee's views, quote, really seem like those of every affluent white liberal I've ever met, end quote. So he gets to come in and dangle this in your face. He's telling you this is nothing but a white bitch, while acting like it's some insulting critique. It's all part of the theater, everybody. It's part of it. It's part of it. And then you're supposed to go, how dare he talk smack about Ketanji? Got you. Got you. Got you on the hook. Got you. Sing that note. Got you. Do you see? I'm pretty much done here. I'll just read on. Quote, if you want a black candidate, I'm serious. I think the country would get better representation from, end quote. The demon host trailed off before saying, she's just a carbon copy of everyone in the neighborhood I spent my life in, referring to La Jolla in San Diego. Then the demon threw in an extra helping of racism, because that's all he's made of, when his guest, right-wing commentator Clay Travis, no doubt an angel, claimed that Democrats were angling for cosmetic diversity with Jackson's nomination. What did I just tell you? She's just a shiny object. So while we wish death upon this whoever this other demon is, the commentator, we take truth wherever it comes from. And quote, They're angling for cosmetic diversity. So you had his commentator and him both saying to you, this bitch is not here for you. But you're supposed to not hear that message. You're supposed to be outraged that they're saying it and not hear the essence of what it is. This is why you must listen down, my people. I tell you this all the time. But most of all, truth has to be the most important thing to you. Doesn't matter what the source. We don't care. We don't care. Who cares? Who cares? As long as it's the truth. Because I'm on record for saying, if there's $1 million in cash in a shitty men's toilet, public toilet, I'm reaching my hand in there for that $1 million in cash. Write me down for that. Do you understand? So the truth is of greater value than this $1 million in cash. You see? So we don't care what the source. Is it the truth? Quote, if you picked a rap star off the street, that person's views would more likely be closer to the views of the average American than the views of this woman, I would argue, the vomit demon said. Quote, I would bet money on it. Actually, he added. You see? He's so sure that she's not there to serve your black ass. The demon's take came on the second day of Ketanji's confirmation hearing, during which demons who call themselves Republicans, but they're all demons, like Senator Ted Cruz, no doubt, tried to paint the nominee as, among other things, a critical race theory ideologue, an endeavor that led to Cruz demanding to know if Jackson believed in racist babies. Quote, do you agree with this book that is being taught with kids that babies are racist? End quote. The piece of lard ass asked after railing against anti-racist Baby, a book by black activist Ibram Kendi. The GOP's official Twitter account wasn't subtle about it either. And I guess there's going to be a quote from that, but we don't need it. We're done. We don't need that. It's not germane. What I'm trying to say is, this is the evil demon devil that I tell you they are. They don't have the propensity for righteousness, everybody. There are no good ones. There are no good ones. When you have a positive experience, that is the divine serving you. And that's where you give the glory. That's it. It's no different than if there's a rushing river, but there's a couple rocks you could step on to just get over. You understand? Those rocks just served you for your advancement. This is no different. But the mistake that Africans make is they do one thing or give you that fake ass devilish grin and you somehow think they're good. And you've fallen for it generation after generation after generation. And when they say something is good and shiny, then you declare it good and shiny. Instead of being exactly antithetical to everything that they breathe. The moment they say something is good, we hate it. It's the worst thing that ever happened. We're disgusted by it before we even know what it is. It's the worst thing. Simply because their stamp is on it. Even Michelle, this is blackness. Even Michelle said that when she first met Barack, she wasn't interested in him because white people were crazy about him. And that was just immediately a red flag. Appreciate the sister's honesty. Do you understand? That's blackness. That's blackness. That's blackness. That's right up there with, we gonna ask you who made the potato salad. It's right up there. It's right up there. It's right up there. Oh, this is the vomitous piece that will send you now to the ICU. Okay. You are worthy. Senator Cory Booker draws tears because he talks like this, and no black man talks like this. The only people talk this deep from their larynx is fucking white people. He's ready to say, hell yeah, dude. That's how he sounds to me. What was the thing he was saying when he was on the campaign trail? Oh, because he's from Newark, New Jersey. Sorry, Queen, I got to throw shade at Jersey. And Newark, and Newark, and Newark, in New Jersey, in Newark, in New Jersey. Nobody talks like that. Nobody does that. And when I was in high school, if you talk like that, we'd probably punch you in your face. I mean, that equaled that. But there he is. You're worthy. No, at bucking eyes. I'm telling you guys, it was so cringy. It was. I mean, you almost had to be medicated. Um, is this from C-SPAN? It's USA Today. I don't want to play this one. I'd rather a C-SPAN clip. Damn it, fair use applies to me too, bitch. Because I can't take too much of him anyways.
I sit at home in a room of my ancestors.
Wait.
As a guy who does have faith, and I sit at home in a room of my ancestors where I have.
That's not a black dude. I've never seen a picture of him even with hair. If you've seen one, I'm happy to see it. The Jedi was always willing to be wrong.
Generations of my ancestors' pictures up, and they're black folk and white folk. I have a very interesting family tree.
Yeah, very interesting.
I sit there to feel my ancestors sometimes and think about them. I hope right now, in this questions and blistering, that you know that at that desk there are a whole lot of spirits around you with their hands on you. Not only your children and your parents proud, but so are your ancestors.
You know, this was just inappropriate too. This is a confirmation hearing for a Supreme Court justice. You know, the light is around you and the angels and the ancestors are upon you. That's the shit you say over the chicken and the collard greens at the crib. You feel me? You don't say that on C-SPAN. If you're gonna be gushing over her, then use this as an opportunity to bring forth her strong suits. You know, be rhetorical in your questioning even. And you know, but this is a waste of airtime. You know, this is right up there with every white bitch that anything ever happened to him. Her smile lit up the room. You can count on it. I promise you. There's a show that comes on called See No Evil. I used to watch it when I had cable. If you can find it and watch it. Wallah, every white bitch, you can just wait for it, everybody. This is how real it is. Every single one. She just lit up every room she went into. She lit up a room. She'd give you the clothes off her back. Every one of them, really? Meanwhile, this is probably the most hateful bitch you would ever encounter, but she just lit up a room and her smile was just like no other, and everyone loved them, and, you know, they were, I mean, come on. This was that. And why wouldn't it be from him? Because I maintain that's not an African dude. It's just not. You understand? I'm gonna need some kitchens and some naps. Something. I need something. You understand? I need something. And weren't you seeing Rosario Dawson? And I don't see a ring on your finger. So this is very, you know, I mean, it's a waste. It's a waste. It's a waste. It's a waste. What are you? You are 1, I'm 2. Okay. I think we're switched over. What am I doing? It must be something with my settings. Man, I really don't need this right now. Are you guys seeing me? Is there any issues? Let me know. Um, I should probably read some of these comments really quickly too, because so that I don't get behind.